there. Thanks for joining me. My name is John. This is the Christian Media Marketing Show. Thanks for listening, for watching, for spending some time with me and with the material that our Kavanaugh Media team is trying to create to help you find seekers in your context. That's what we want, is for you to be able to leverage the most recent and up-to-date training that we can put together to help you to be able to leverage social media, technology, whatever it is, to be able to make Jesus famous. And so I'm just honored that you're spending some time with me today. If you have not watched last week's episode, I really would encourage you to do that. These next few weeks, off and on, are going to be a bunch of training videos. And so if you normally just listen to the podcast, well, that's great. But you're going to want to go to our YouTube channel. And you can also go straight to our Kavanaugh Media podcast page and click there. And that will take you to our YouTube channel where you can watch the video training. All of these are going to end up being parts of a very large Facebook, Instagram, Google, SEO. We're trying to redo and update all of our free training material. And so, one of the areas that I hear a lot about, and as we work with a lot of teams all around the world, well, one of the areas that they're not doing, maybe some areas that they're not leveraging, would be in these custom conversions, creating custom audiences based upon standard events or custom events. When somebody has done something, they've downloaded a Bible or sent you a message or clicked on something or watched something, that tells you something about that person. Even though you don't know their name, it tells you a little bit about what they're interested in. And it gives you the opportunity to give them more of that kind of material. So last week we looked at how to set up if you have like a success page, a Bible download page, or something where once that page loads, whatever that page might be, that it will trigger that page view within Facebook. And it does that through Google Tag Manager. So you can set up your Facebook pixel straight in Google Tag Manager, or you can put that on your site and use Google Tag Manager to be able to record when certain events are happening. These events not only show up in Facebook, but they also show up in your Google Analytics as well. So it's really important information telling you what people are doing after they've clicked on an ad. Now, today's episode, I want to give you some training on how to do that if there's a button click. If somebody presses on a very specific button, you want that to go back then to Facebook to create a custom audience, let's say, from that event. Well, you need to set it up so that that information gets sent back to Facebook. So let's dive into the training and take a look at how to do that. So when you're setting up the Facebook conversion for button clicks, you are going to still need the same prerequisites. Google Tag Manager, you're going to need a Facebook business account, you're going to need the pixel, all of that needs to be set up. Your domain needs to be verified. All of this is important. Once you've done that, all right, go into Google Tag Manager. So go to tagmanager.google.com. And then what you're going to do is click where it says variables. So click on the word variables and then the button, it's a red button that says configure. All right. And there's going to be a list of variables that are available to you. And you're going to select all the variables under clicks. All right, so when that's all done, you're going to close it out. But click element, click classes, all of that. All right. Now, if you already know which variable you want to use, you can select just that simple one. But if you're not sure, if you've never done this before, it doesn't hurt to just click on all of them. All right, so you've clicked on that, you've selected all variables. Now you're going to go back and click on the tags area in the left sidebar, and once you've done that, click in the top right on the light blue button that says New. So go from Tags, then on the right to New. Once you've done that, what you need to do is click in the area that says Choose a Tag Type to begin setup. And when you've done that, then click on the area where it says Discover More Tag Types in the Community Template Gallery. If you're doing unique things here in the Google world, well, there's a ton of them that are built in. So scroll through that tag type there, see all the different ones that are there. But for this specific training, we're going to do a Facebook Pixel one. And so we're going to need to add that to what we're doing. So go to the template gallery, and if you start to type in Facebook or just even face, you're going to see then some different ones that are there to help you to do that. So click on the Facebook Pixel one, and then what you're going to need to do is to go in there and you're going to need to paste your Facebook Pixel ID. That's that Facebook Pixel number, a string of numbers, and that will go in this tag. All right, so it's going to come up, it's going to ask you for permission. You're going to click on that. You'll get to the screen then where you have what it'll call an untitled tag. You're going to put your Facebook Pixel code in there. Now, then you need to scroll down to see when it fires or when it's triggered. And we want it to trigger on all elements. Okay, so we would click on the all element button there. You also need to make sure that you rename this. All right, so unnamed trigger won't work. Choose the trigger, pick the name, pick all elements, rename your trigger. All right. So then all that's done. You've selected all elements, everything is there. Now, what you need to do is you're going to need to check this one out and see how it's working. All right. So you want to click on the preview button. Once you've set it all up, all elements, everything's there, enter then the URL for your website. Put in that name there, and then click on the button where it says connect. Once you've done that, then a box will open that says Tag Assistant Connected. That's the key thing here. All right, so we've hit preview, we've entered the URL of our website, we've clicked on the connect button, and then it will open up your website in a new tab. And so you want to navigate to the page where the button is where you want to track, right? Maybe it's that Bible download button, or maybe it's audio, or maybe it's videos that you have available. Whatever it might be, click on that button there, and you should be able to see a message on the bottom right corner letting you know that this debugger is connected successfully. And then it's going to open up the page. And when you look in this debugging console, all of a sudden you get a summary of everything that's being triggered. All right, everything that's happening there. So in this Google Tag Assistant, it's going to list all of your actions, everything that's happening that you've done, everything that's happening behind the scenes, in the DOM, all of that. So you're going to look through there and you need to look for the click, what you just did. Whatever button you were testing, let him click on it. Once you've done that and it shows that it has fired, then you want to end your debugging, submit this tag manager, and click save. All right, so you're just going to set it up and everything's going to be working. If you've tested it, submit it and save. Now you probably want to double check that all of this is still firing through. And so there's a couple different ways that you can do this. One of the easiest ways to do it is to use the Facebook Pixel Helper Chrome extension. It's a free download using the Chrome browser. You can download that and install it, and then it will change from a light gray to a blue anytime there's a Facebook Pixel on a website. Yours or maybe somebody else's. If you go to it, you can see if they're tracking using this Facebook Pixel helper. So go to your website and look on there, and it will show if there's a pixel, and it will show what is being recorded to it. If it's green, if it's showing the pixel, then you're good. You know that everything is set up well. You can even click on that little triangle next to what it's saying it's recording, and it'll give you even more information. All right. So all of that is how you can set up a button from Google Tag Manager, and it will report back to the Facebook Pixel. But let's assume you want to do something really custom. Maybe you have a custom form or something like that on your website. Well, how would you set that up? Well, you're going to go to your event manager within Facebook, your Meta Event Manager area. So open that up, go to business.facebook.com, and let's say we want to track a lead or a seeker here. What we would do if we wanted to track that, if somebody wanted to fill out a form or we wanted to mark them as a lead, as a seeker, then we're going to go and click under custom conversions. So go to your event manager and then go to custom conversions. Then all you need to do is click on the blue button that says create custom conversion, right? You've clicked on that button, you've created now this custom conversion, and you want to make sure that it is working, right? So you want to try to put a name in it. You want to put something that's not too long. So maybe it's Bible download or lead form. Okay, you want to make sure it's going to the right data source, your pixel. Make sure there's a green dot there. You want to then pick on the box that gives you the event that you want to record, the custom conversion. Leads are one of those, right? But click on that button. You may find other ones that are on there. It's interesting as well that you can use other types of custom conversions and they can mean whatever you want them to be. So even an add to cart custom conversion, you could know means that they have downloaded something, or maybe that was your Bible download. So don't get caught up in the business terms that they use for those events, right? Then you're going to want to create the rule for this custom event. This is where you're going to put the URL and it contains this. If it's a specific thank you page, you could do it this way. You could set up just straight through Facebook of the Bible download thank you page or whatever it might be. You could put that URL in there. If it's another unrelated page, all right, you could offer that one up in that. Whatever you want to do, you can put those URLs in there. All right, so whatever you do, whatever is the slug, which is what they call it for that URL, put that in there of where this rule or rules will be firing. If you have that lead form only on one page, put that URL. If you have it on multiple pages, then use a more broader URL, maybe just like your full website, kavanaughmedia.com or something like that. Okay. And then finally, in this custom conversion, there's an area where you can put value. Now, Facebook's thinking dollar value, but don't fail to use this if you want to lead score what the person's event, the value might be. So you could say if somebody downloads a Bible, that's worth a 5. And now Facebook's thinking $5, but you don't need to think about it that way. You could just say on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 5. A private message might be a 10. A page view might be 1. A video view might be 3. So you can begin to lead score using this custom conversion, that value area. You don't have to use it, but you can. Once you've got it all done, you're going to click on that blue create button that's at the bottom right. Once you've done it, over time, these events will begin to show up. And you can go through, you can go to your page and fire it off, just like we did with the other, with debugging, and see if it begins to show up in your event manager. But it's going to take a little bit of time. Give it at least 30 seconds or so. And then you can go back and in that custom conversion tab, refresh the page, recheck, and you should now be able to see that this custom event has happened, this custom conversion. Now, the key here with all of these is you can create custom audiences and then you can run very specific ads back to them based upon what they've already done on your website. If they downloaded a Bible, you could send them an ad for a Bible reading plan. If they have watched a video, you could send them an ad to the next video in the series. There's a lot of really neat ways to be able to do very specific retargeting or remarketing. Even though we don't know their name, they've shown their interest by their behavior, and we can give them the logical next step to the material. All right. So I hope this helps you. I hope these 2 weeks worth of training will get you, if you've not set up custom and standard events, to go in there, play around with it. If you have not used Google Tag Manager, you really need to get in there. One of the other benefits to it is once you've got it set up on your website, you don't have to go back into the website to add this functionality, to add other types of tracking or really cool tools, even hot maps and where you can see crazy egg or things where you can see what people, heat maps, where people are going on your website, all sorts of cool things. All right. So check it out, play with it, and I hope that this training will help you be able to find more people who the Holy Spirit is working in. As always, if there's something we can do to help you, if there's a question that you have, if there's anything like that at all, or even just suggestions, making sure of training that we're going to be creating, we would love to hear from you. It is our pleasure to serve you and to serve the King. And so, for Him and for His glory, may you keep pressing forward. Until next time, take care and God bless.